Tipton traffic, 344 Mike taxiing from hangar 80 to runway 28 at Tipton. I will test my brakes. Do you want to do the brakes too?
Yep, I have the brakes, you have everything else. My brakes work, you have control of the airplane.
I have control.
Don't go too far before you look back. Stop, 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 stop. You need to stop very soon so that you can look back and have a good look, a close look at what's going on there.
I don't see any pull of any liquid. We haven't forgotten anything behind us, so we'll be good to go.
Okay. Alright. Now I suspect that after he pulls off the runway, you and he are going to be opposite direction on the taxiway. You just pull off to the left when there's room to do so and let him pass.
Okay.
Cirrus just landed at Tipton. This is the Cessna taxiing towards you. We'll pull off towards the parked airplanes and let you come past.
Okay, I've got you aside now, 1 Delta Golf. At Tipton, 1 Delta Golf is clear of all runways.
That's fine. Now just taxi that way a little while.
Okay.
Mind your left wing against the guy here.
Yeah.
Stop when you think it's appropriate. Alright. Alright, let's do the instrument checks that I've shown you previously. Do you remember them?
I do.
Okay. Got a nice big space so you can do a nice aggressive turns to get the ball to come out of the middle.
The compass and the CGI are turning from left to right. The picture magneto is indicating a turn. The ball is to the right, and the altitude indicator is showing level flight.
Good.
Another turn to the right. The compass and the arrow turning from right to left. The turn indicator indicating the bank to the right. The ball is going to the left, and the altitude indicator is showing level flight.
Okay. Good.
And the pre-takeoff checklist. Those will center, brake, that's door and window secure, my door is secure. I'll close the window when we take runway. Trim set to take off. Yes. Fuel selector on both. Light control. Check. flight control, check flight instrument. Airspeed indicators indicating 0, what it should be. The little plane in order to indicator is aligned with the artificial horizon. Altimeter is within 75 feet of the published airfield elevation. Vertical speed indicator, we are not in a climb nor a descent. The compass reading runway, we are taking runway to 28. We are about the 20 degrees of the runway, so the ring is 260. And I'm going to enslave the DG to the compass. 260.
You actually see 260 on there?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I don't. There's west is 270.
Yes.
To the left of the needle is 240, and the needle's a lot more closer to 24 than it is to 27, isn't it?
Yes.
So I see about 248.
Oh. Okay. 2 degrees off.
Well, you know, you're 12 degrees off because you said 260.
24. Oh yeah, 25 is here. Wait, this is 27. You are correct. Yeah. It's more like 25. 250.
Okay, and you said 260.
250. The turn coordinator is getting power during level flight, and the ball is in the middle. Make sure it goes to full reach. Throttle up to 1700. Now Max check, I will check the right mark first. 1700. Left, I have a drop of 50 RPMs. Back to both. RPM back to 1700. My left mark check. Drop of around 50 RPMs. Back to both, and it covers to 1700. This means the criteria since both drops were below 125, and the difference between both is less than 50 RPMs. We're gonna do the meter check. Running on back.
You just turned off both sides, didn't you?
My mistake.
Okay. Now, if you had a flight plan loaded, you would have lost it, but it'll all reset itself.
Okay. Everyone on battery, fine, and altimeter is back on the batteries, sure that it's recharging. And
You should also be able to see volts, I think, in this one. Or is it just a timer? It's just is there anything that... No.
No, I can only see time and clocks.
Okay, yeah. In some, you can press a button up here where you can see volts, but not this one.
Engine instrument, RPM is good, oil pressure in the green, all temperatures and off the peg. Vacuum is in the green. I'm going to reduce the RPM. We should see a drop in power. Yeah. Back to Blue Ridge. Carb heat. Very tiny drop, which recovers, and throttle to idle. Full idle. It's still running, unless I apply some carb heat. Very minimal drop. Recovers. Throttle back to 1000 RPM. And mixture lean. Friction lock adjusted. Primer is locked. And we'll turn on the light when we take the runway. Transponder goes in the box. Altitude encoding. Passenger takeoff brief and emergency plan.
What was the 3,000 foot wind today?
3,000 feet?
Yep.
At 3,000, also to be from 140 at 3.
Oh, that's the surface wind. 140 at 3. So what was the 3,000 foot wind? Did you note it?
I guess I do not know that now.
Okay, well now, so we don't know what the wind's going to be at 1,000 because we don't have anything to interpolate between.
Yes, roughly.
Okay. Let's just check the AWOS again, because you notice the windsock is actually pointing away from us, so the wind is actually that way. We're going to be taking off into a downwind. Let's confirm that it's still only a 3 knot tailwind.
Tipton Airfield. Automated weather observation 2218 Zulu weather wind 150 at 3 visibility 10 clear below.
That's fine.
So today we are taking runway to H doing a short field takeoff, and we will remain in the pattern, in the left hand pattern. Now flaps to 10 degrees for the short field takeoff. And now we'll have a look at
have you briefed? Let's put the handbrake on you. You have briefed the numbers to get you from the start point to downwind level flight, which is the equivalent of cruise altitude for this flight.
Yeah.
And you haven't covered the emergency procedures.
Okay. We will make sure we have at least 2200 RPM before start the ground roll. We will rotate at 50, do the initial climb at 56. Once we cross 300 feet, once we cross 500 feet, then we'll slightly lower the nose to increase the speed to 65. At 65 knots, we'll retract the flaps and climb at 76.
Okay. When will we turn crosswind?
So we will turn crosswind at 700 feet.
Okay.
And continue to climb at 76. Once we are 50 feet below the traffic power altitude, we'll set the airplane for landing air configuration, and then we will turn downwind and maintain 80 knots.
Okay.
Tipton traffic, Warrior 1867
That sounds
about
good.
7 miles out to the southeast inbound, 45 entry runway 10 Tipton.
It's coming.
Okay, no sweat. That sounds fine for if all goes well. What happens if things don't go well?
Well, if we have an emergency and we haven't lifted off yet, we will stop the engine by bringing the throttle back to idle, the mixture throttle cutoff. Yep. We will raise the flaps and brake.
Okay.
If we are off runway but still have enough runway left, we will also stop the engine by bringing the throttle to idle and the mixture throttle cutoff. We will lower the flaps and shoot for 65 knots, which is the best glide speed. Come back and land. As soon as we touch down, we will retract the flaps so that we can get maximum braking power. Now, if we have already left the runway and don't have enough runway left, but still below minimum turnback altitude, we will locate a field where we can put the plane down.
Well, you won't do that until you lower the nose, and in the course of lowering the nose, what airspeed will you pitch to and trim to?
I will pitch and trim for 65 knots.
That's right, you do that first, and by all means by looking out while you're doing it, but that is actually a higher priority than finding a place to land. Because the sooner you get it pitched and trimmed at 65, then the more it's stable and the more time you've got to do other things.
Okay.
Alright, so what happens if we do have if we have a problem and we're above our minimum turnback altitude?
If we are above the minimum turnback altitude, then we'll make a steep turn back to the runway after the landing.
Okay, and what is our minimum turnback altitude?
Minimum turnback altitude at this airfield is 1200.
Why do you say 1200? You won't ever, in the whole of your traffic pattern, you won't get above 1000.
Yeah, that's true. I won't get above 1000. But I would like to be 1000 AGL, and since the field elevation here is 150 roughly.
Alright. When there's no traffic in the pattern, I will demonstrate to you a minimum turnback. I'm going to set the minimum turnback at, let's see, the wind's blowing that way, and it's not blowing very strong. I'm going to set the minimum turnback at 850 with a left turn. and I'm going to demonstrate to you a minimum turn back from 850 feet on the crosswind.
Okay, I think that's Harris. Just got on fuel. I don't know if it's gonna take off again or.
Take it?
But the Sarah's that landed.
Yep.
I think it filled up the fuel and it's coming back this way.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So emergency plan reviewed. I'm going to turn and check final and base to
Alright.
any
Okay.
aircraft.
To the traffic 1867 hotel on the 45, runway 10.
67 Hotel from 3 Foxtrot Mike. We're actually going to be using runway 28. The wind is only 3 knots and 28 gives you a downhill slope, so we'd prefer that if you don't mind.
Roger that. We'll be making a 360 here on downwind, and we'll turn around for runway 28.
Thank you very much, sir. Alright. That's how you negotiate with other pilots for a change of runway. Turn right soon.
Nicely done.
Turn right sooner. All the time you're going that way, you're minimizing the lateral distance that you've got to maneuver in.
Perfect.
Alright, I just saw him, he's way off in
Yeah.
the downwind.
Okay, wrong base is clear. Clear. Base is clear. It's downwind's clear. See anyone on the runway? Lights. Camera action. Levers forward, except for the throttle.
Yep. And you want to make a call?
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike taking runway 28, blue ribbon in the pattern at Tipton. Runway 28 confirmed. You can see the numbers on the runway.
Yep.
And the compasses are aligned.
Okay. Now, look at the windsock. You've got a very slight wind coming from your left rear, so you move the stick slightly to the right to compensate.
Okay. Full power. They have 23 on the RPMs.
As the speed increases, very gradually bring the ailerons to the center. Very
To the
good.
traffic 67 hotel, turn down, runway 28, Tipton.
40, 45, 50.
There, we drifted left again. We drifted left
Slight.
again. Just before the you take off. You're consistently doing that. You need to add. You must be releasing. You must be pushing more right rudder.
Yes.
So you need to hold right rudder and hold the airplane on the center line. I think part of the reason is because you're focusing on the
Airspeed.
airspeed indicator at that point and not seeing the airplane turn left. Boy, this climbs like a dog, doesn't it, in these weather conditions?
Yeah, 56. 500. Oh, I'm close.
To the traffic 67 hotel, turn base 28, Tipton.
65, flaps up.
Need some more right rudder to keep the ball in the middle. Have a look over your right shoulder and see what how your lineup is on the runway. Over your right shoulder. How are you lined up with the
I
runway?
think I'm lined up perfectly.
Good. Alright.
700 and crosswind. hit. RPM.
Traffic 1 mile mark left downwind.
100, flaps to 10. Slow down. And
Your revs are too far back. You need 2,000 revs on this airplane. Yep, lower the nose.
the configure. I'm gonna make a call. Tipton traffic 3, Foxtrot Mike, early downwind runway 28 at Tipton.
Good call.
You got traffic RV861, Mike is left base 6, you got.
Did he say 6-0?
Tipton traffic 69, down to crossing on like 28 Tipton.
He said, well, first of all, he's at New Garden in Pennsylvania, and he said, I think runway 6.
No.
Got traffic RV861, Mike is final 6, you got.
And check, oh, you made your call.
Yep.
And you done your checks yet?
Here we are, midfield. Field selector. Low. Mixture, full ridge. We have the lights at 2000 RPM. And car heats on. Yes.
Good. Now, because you're going to be landing downwind, you want to take a long climb, so wait until you're abeam the lake and the building with the 3 roofs there, and then turn final. A turn base.
Base RPM on 1500, flaps 20 degrees, and pitch was 70.
75 on the base leg.
75.
Look at the runway, decide how do you like your profile?
I like it.
Okay, alright, good. Well,
My
don't
stop
let it
is there now.
go, yeah, don't let it go any lower then. Getting quite low now, you're only 400 feet above the runway, you've got 2 reds, so lots of power, enough power to fly level. Lots of power, raise the nose and lots of power, you're still going down. Lots of power and raise the nose. Bring the airplane back onto the center line. And there we are, now you've got a decent perspective to bring the power back. And pitch for 70.
70.
Tipton traffic, Cessna 3, Foxtrot Mike, short final 28, option Tipton. You can glide from here.
Flaps
Pitch
30.
for 65, remember, when
Yeah.
you do it, not afterwards, not afterwards.
Tipton traffic 67 Hotel, turn in final with the short final traffic inside Tipton.
Alright, we're going to do a go around on this one. So, fly the airplane level, car beat in and powerful, fly the airplane level, fly it level, flaps to 10, fly flaps to 10, hold it level till flaps to 10, then climb at 57, 57. Tipton traffic 3 Foxtrot Mike going around Romania in the traffic pattern at Tipton for 10 at Tipton. Correction for 28 at Tipton.
Tipton Traffic 67 at Town, we go, let's close traffic runway 10, Tipton.
65.
I'm at 76 now. 67 Hotel, 3 Foxtrot Mine. What's your speed and your downwind, sir?
What was that last transmission?
What's your speed and your downwind?
Right now we're doing 75 knots.
Okay, but you're in the climb now. I'm wondering whether you're overtaking us on the downwind. We're doing only about 80 knots in the downwind.
Roger that, we'll slow our downwind down. I think you guys are just flying a little bit bigger pattern than us, so we're gonna extend out our legs toward you.
Thank you very much.
Roger.
And your speed is increasing, so your climb rate is decreasing. Raise the nose, and you get up faster and use less distance to do it.
Right. 8.
Turn.
You're going to try to 55 golf is
Push forward through the lift.
I see your plan at 11 o'clock. I don't know if that's them or not. No, so.
I doubt whether that's ours.
Yeah, they're probably them.
Ocean City traffic, Tiger 438, 9 miles west, out of 2500, landing Ocean City.
There you are. So you're looking at a guy landing Ocean City. You didn't know your eyesight was that good, did you?
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, early downwind, runway 289 Tipton. Checks. Make sure reach. Nice. 2,000 RPM. Traffic.
Back traffic on your 55, almost 3 miles, 45, left downwind 060.
To the right. Okay. RPM back to 1500, flaps to 20.
Turn. And once you've got the turn going, call left base for runway 28 option Tipton.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, left base, runway 28 at Tipton.
If you let the speed slow, then you won't go down.
55 golf, sliding on left downwind 4060.
This looks much better than last time.
Good traffic, station air 663 Julie Tango, 10 miles to the left, straight in 14 Ocean City. You got traffic RV 861 Mike, left downwind for 6.
Slow the airplane down now. Slow the airplane down.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike is on final runway 28 at Tipton.
Okay, you can glide from here. You can glide from here, trust me. Pitch for 65, you did it again, we lost travel distance far too fast.
65.
And you're slightly left of center line.
Okay, 3 Julie Tango, an 8 mile final for 14 will be number
Oh,
2.
65, not 70. Still very slightly left of center line. Bring it back to the right. Alright, nice to the far end. Look up, look up, look up, look up. Don't push forward, don't push forward. Look up. He's back, he's back, he's back, he's back. Alright, we'll roll to the end. So flaps up, brakes on.
Tipton traffic, 67 Hotel, turning final, runway 28, Tipton.
Or braking.
Tipton traffic, 67 Hotel, going around. Tipton traffic, Cirrus 807 Golf Kilo, taking on runway 28 for departure.
67 Hotel from 3 Foxtrot Mike. Do you want to change direction, sir?
We're doing fine on 28.
Okay, we'll stick with 28 as well.
Clear of runway checkout, flaps
We'll be out
up,
here, 67 Hotel.
mixture, bridge, power heat off, lights. Gonna keep the taxi light and turn off this room.
Yep.
And the trim. That for
Revs are a bit high, they're running 1200, should be at 1000.
Tipton traffic, 67 Hotel, turn left cross on runway 28, Tipton.
Alright, that last one went wrong because you didn't hold 65 in the latter
Tipton
part
traffic,
of
67 Hotel, turning
the
down on
descent.
runway
You let the
28,
speed
Tipton.
increase to 70.
yeah.
And consequently the airplane was building up energy. Remember the tailwind, when it says 70 here, you're traveling at 75 over the ground. That means you're going to float longer and longer. So that's why
Doesn't happen, yeah.
speed control is very, very important if you're landing in a short field or you're landing downwind. But the second point I wanted to make, and I did make it somewhat loudly, is when you pull back and you realise you pull back too far, don't push forward, just leave it there.
Departing to the southeast.
Let the airplane slow, and it will slow, and then you can just elegantly bring it down.
Okay.
If you push forward, you run the risk of stuffing the nose wheel onto the ground, and that will be bad news for all of us.
Right.
The low go around, I'm glad that we had that opportunity to for you to experience it. Did you notice the when you applied full power that there was a very strong desire of the nose to come up?
Yes.
Push forward.
Yes.
That's one of the primary causes of a stall on landing. The pilot decides to go around, applies full power, but doesn't push the stick forward while the pilot is struggling to get the flaps up or whatever. The airplane rears up in the air and runs out of lift and stalls. So that's why you must always hold the airplane level very firmly until you've got the flaps to 10 and you're ready to climb, and then you climb. I may have asked you this before. Have you ever ridden a horse?
No.
Okay. Horses have a mind of their own, and if they think they can get away with it, if they sense from your control of them through the reins and through your ankles, your feet on their rump, they will try to get away. But on an airplane, it's just like a horse. It's not got brain like a horse has, but it's subject to winds, and it's subject to all the forces that are being applied to its control surface by whatever you're doing. When what you're doing is not quite right and it's producing a result like a climb, the airplane will say, okay, that's what you want me to do, I'll climb. If you don't want it to climb, you've got to force the airplane to do what you want to do, not what the horse wants to do.
Okay.
Airplanes just the same as horses.
Runway 28, going to be departure to the southeast, Tipton.
3 Foxtrot Mike, thank you for sharing the sky with us tonight, sir. Thanks very much for your help.
You guys have a good night. 6-7 Hotel.
Good night.
Takeoff checks, brakes, heads, doors and windows secure, trim, clear to take off, fuel selector on both, light control, sorry. Light control check. Flight instrument, right indicator is indicating 0, the attitude indicator, 0 plane, aligned to the horizon, altimeter just over 5 feet off the publish, airfield elevation, PSI at 0, the gyro is showing 250 on DG, and the turn coordinator is showing level. Is head power and the cam unit check. Pre-takeoff complete.
Right, first set this up so it was so ground speed, the bottom dial.
Ground speed.
And we'll be able to see the extent of the tailwind as we take off, whether in fact it's significantly increasing as we climb. You're using quite a bit of brake to combat the quite a bit of throttle that you have. If you didn't have so much throttle, you wouldn't need so much brake.
Front base is clear, funnel is clear, base is clear, downwind is clear. I think that guy's leaving our airspace. And the runway is clear. Lights. Left camera. Action.
Good.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike's taking runway 28 will remain the pattern at Tipton. We will be doing a short field takeoffs, ups at 10 degrees. I will close my window as soon as we get lined up on the runway. Runway 28 confirmed.
And now at the moment there's no wind at all.
Yeah, no wind at all. Full power. Running 300 RPM. Oh.
Don't stare at the ASI when you look for the rotate speed. Look outside, glance inside, look outside, glance inside, look outside, glance inside, look outside.
They have 50.
There you go, left again. Much less this time.
Yeah, much less. I got it.
Yeah, good. Ball, right rudder ball. And we've already got a 5 knot tailwind. Now a 7 knot tailwind. turn left when you lower the nose. It will want to do that. But don't let it.
Tipton traffic, Sundown or 220 Lima inbound for landing on 28 Tipton.
Well, 3 Foxtrot Mike, where are you now, sir? Sundowner inbound to Tipton, where are you now?
Darwin, ready, I'm coming 45 for 28.
Roger, thank you. Okay.
Okay, so he's coming this way.
Yeah, but so we'll turn crosswind and then we'll see him. Much rather too early.
I think I see him. Yeah. Okay, see below. RPM 2000. That's 10.
Push through the lip.
Yeah. And turn. I think he's also turning, so should we let him go?
Which way is he turning? I can't see him.
He is coming, he's only the
Oh,
45.
I got him now.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, this is your chance to go slow flight. Slow flight.
Okay.
Okay, there's an example of somebody who's telling you on downwind when he's actually on the 45. And he wasn't on the 45 when he said he was, because otherwise he'd be on the 45 way out in the freeze.
Yeah. He was real.
See how misleading calls can be unless you make sure that you're actually describing what's really happening rather than what you think is happening. Where the hell is he going? He's going to the moon as well.
Yeah, he is quite high. Yeah, he's quite high.
Uh-huh. Please don't do that. It's most unprofessional.
I would not do that.
He's still out there, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he is going to the right.
Fine.
I think you figure out he's probably... Oh. Yeah, he's way out there. Is he coming to land?
Yeah.
Here or is he going someplace else? He's not turning at all.
Okay, call midfield downwind and see what he wants to do.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike is midfield downwind, runway 28 at Tipton.
Tipton traffic, Sundown 220 Lima turning base for 28 Tipton.
Wow.
Time for your slow flight again. Bring it back to 65.
Good.
Look at the numbers. Look at him. Look at him.
That sounds good.
God knows where he thinks he is. He's probably in the class PS, but raise the nose. Raise the nose. You've got to do it quickly, otherwise you.
Tipton traffic, Sundown 220 Lima turning final for 28 Tipton.
Wow.
You've lost 150 feet. More power again. Bring the speed up. Bring the speed up. Bring the speed back, rather. You've got yourself in the position now that if you have an engine failure, we can't make the runway because you've already lost 100 feet, 150 feet. No, a short final, bloody half-mile final.
We're going to turn our base here.
Right, now.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike turning, base runway 28 at Tipton.
Yep, you bring operating the airplane is more important than operating the radio. You haven't reduced your power and pitch for 75 now. You've got a sufficient spacing from him that you'll be fine. Pitch for 75.
75.
The radio is the third priority after aviate and navigate. Notice going down, speed will follow. You don't want speed to follow. Okay, you see, you increase speed to 80. Now get that speed back, Right, can you line from here?
I can.
And let's do it. And hold the speed at 65 while you do it. Cessna 3 Foxtrot Mike is on 1/4 mile final 428 option Tipton. And your airspeed is 64, but your ground speed is 72.
Clear runway 28.
Bring it back, bring it to the right a bit, to the right to the bit. We're going to make this another full stop. Right. Now, raise the nose to level flight. Hold it. You pushed forward. Raise. Raise again. Good. Let it roll. Out to the end. So you had an 8-knot tailwind on 200 foot final. Brake. Alright. Well, that was thrilling.
Yeah. That was the wildest traffic pattern I've ever seen.
It's
Tipton traffic 345 mile clear runway 28 at Tipton.
revs to 1,000.
2,000. Perhaps.
That's one of the worst I've seen as well.
Mixture lane. RV off.
Do hope he's not going to do some crappy back.
Let it go.
Now, I don't want you to go forward, I want you to just turn around here and position for a takeoff on runway 10.
Okay.
Because of the wind at 200 feet is a lot higher than the wind on the ground. Ah, he's turning left, thank goodness. Right, make sure your nose wheel is centered. Now don't push it without moving the airplane, otherwise you'll scrape all the rubber off the bottom of the tire.
Okay.
Revs to 1,000.
Set to take off. Fuel select on both. Flight control. Okay. Flight instrument. Airspeed is at 0. Third plane on the altitude indicators and up to the horizon. Altimeter. That's 150 field elevation. PSI at 0. The compass is 145. 145 on the DG, and the turn indicator is powered, pulling in the middle, and showing level flight. Mixture, full ridge, that one we take the runway. Meter check. Discharging and recharging. Right.
Here you call the engine instruments at the suction gauge.
Oh, but so we don't have to do any engine.
We don't move engine controls, but
yeah.
we do look at engine instruments.
Yeah, engine RPM 1000. All pressure in the green, all temperature in the green, and the suction is
right
off the bag.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, another short field takeoff, please.
Shuffle takeoff, flaps at 10. Lights. Camera. Action.
And then close the window. Same technique as the other end, just aim at the windsock.
I don't see anyone wrong crosswind, no one on crosswind, no one on early downwind, no one on runway.
Okay.
Tipton traffic, 3 departure on Mike, taking runway 10, will remain departing from Tipton. Runway 10 confirmed. 10. Maximum RPM.
Check the windsock, move the ailerons if necessary.
Yeah.
The wind.
2300 RPMs. Airspeed 15, rotate.
That's better. You didn't turn at all left on that one. Well done.
Flaps up.
All right, rudder. When you're taking up this way, when you get to the building with the 3 flat roofs, turn even if you haven't reached 700 feet. Fairly 25 to 30 degree bank angle turn.
Our traffic Cherokee is over Wilson and Williams 6200.
Alright, we just had an engine failure. 45 degree bank angle turn. 70 knots. Back to the runway. Put in some flap. Put in some more flap. Tipton traffic, Cessna 3 Foxtrot Mike is simulated engine failure, landing on runway 28 at Tipton. Christ. Stop. Carbide out, mixture off, switches off, door off, flaps off, power off. Just right S turn to altitude. Slipped the rest of that altitude. Did that make a believer out of you?
I need to learn how to do that quickly.
You do need to learn how to do it. I agree. I agree. It's not going to come to you naturally, but it can be done. It involves managing the aircraft's energy by controlling the speed and controlling the amount of flap that you use in order to decrease the drag, so that the wind doesn't blow you beyond the end of the runway. Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike is clear of runway 28 at Tipton. We'll be taking off in about 2 minutes at runway 10 at Tipton. Alright, all yours. You're not going to practice that tonight. I just wanted to demonstrate you that I'm not blowing smoke. I really can get it back from 800 feet.
Brake set, trim, the takeoff, fuel selector on both,
News 2.
flight control,
Eastern run-up area. We're going to take off to the west. I got the plane in the run-up area.
flight control check, flight instrument, speed indicator, heading 0, altitude indicator, airplane aligned to the artificial horizon, altitude indicator, within 75 feet of the published airfield elevation, vertical speed at 0, the compass is showing 135 on the DG, turn coordinator, both the middle has power, and we are level.
Carburetor should not be out now. Gone in.
Engine instrument, RPM is good, all pressure in the green, all temperature in the green. Vacuum is off the back. That fuel down the short fuel takeoff. Up to 10.
Been a while since I've done one of those. I'm obviously not particularly proficient on it because the stall warning sounded, didn't it?
Yes, but that was when the landing flare.
It also sounded, now I'm talking about when it sounded in the, late in the turn. Too slow going around the turn.
I see no one on wrong crosswind. No, I do see that helicopter over there.
Okay.
And no one on early downwind. No one's on the runway.
You're looking at late downwind.
Oh yeah.
Traffic news 2 is departure.
Oh yeah, late downwind from. Yep, late downwind. Light. Camera action. Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Max taking runway 10, moving in the pattern at Tipton. Runway 10 confirmed. 10. Up standard grade.
Winds off.
We have no wind right now. RPM 2300.
Yeah. Try to remember to check windsock immediately after you check runway number.
Yeah, okay. Airspeed. We have 50.
Good. Nice straight rotation. I promise I'm not going to do it again. If it happens this time, it's for real.
Okay.
Just a smidgen more right rudder, please. The airball just a smidgen to the right, or it was when I asked the question.
It was a little to the right, as it is right now.
As you get more experience, you'll be able to feel that your right buttock is just a little bit lighter than your left buttock. The airplane is skidding one way or the other.
I can feel it sometimes, but not all the time. 500 over the nose. Speed. 65 flaps up.
And your takeoffs are very good now.
Thank you. 76. I'm almost by the flat roof building.
Yep. So turn so that you don't pass it.
Okay.
Lead and turn.
Tipton traffic helicopter 1-1 at 900 feet, approximately 6 miles west of Tipton for landing East Ramsden.
Okay.
Note that the speed increases, tending towards 80. The slower you go, the more you go up, so the less distance you get from the airport.
RPM 1000, flaps and
Lower the nose now, lower the nose, and turn.
right turn.
Your speed's a little bit low, your revs rather a little bit low, that's the reason why your speed. Revs should be about 2,000. I don't know whether you've heard that before, but that's what it sounds like when somebody penetrates the SFRA or the freeze without authorization.
Uh-oh.
Summer weekends you hear it quite often.
Configure, let me check fuel silicon buff. Mixture. Rich. I have the light. 2000 RPMs. And copy. Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike is 8 hill downwind, runway 10 at Tipton.
What's your airspeed now?
It's 75.
Traffic helicopter 1-1.
84 on the ground speed, so you've got a 9 knot tailwind at the moment.
West of the airfield, we're going to join the extended final to the left side of runway 10.
I think I see what looks like a helicopter at 2 o'clock.
Left side of 10, so he's going to be on the north side of the runway.
Yeah, that's it. This should be good to turn. Power 1500.
Turn what you're doing. Pitch was 75 on the base leg.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, base 10 at Tipton.
Notice you're making a right turn, which is correct. It's customary when you're making right turns to say right base or right downwind or right crosswind, whatever.
Getting a bit low.
Okay, so that's about.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, turn in, final runway 10 at Tipton.
Should be 70 knots now. Helicopter's not back.
Yeah, I see him.
He's got you. He's got thousands of hours. He knows how to avoid you.
170.
For short climb.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, short final runway 10 at Tipton.
Good. When you think you can die, then pitch back to 65 at the same time as you pull the throttle back.
Okay.
slightly left of centre line. Slightly left of centre line still. Move the airplane to the right. Just a coordinated turn to the right. Hold 65, hold 65. Oh, you didn't need to do that. Oh, you, nose up, nose up, nose up. Alright. Okay, I have control.
You have control.
The reason you didn't need to do that was you forgot that when you increase the angle of attack in the flare, you increase the lift.
And I get extra runway.
Yeah. Tipton traffic 3 Foxtrot Mike is touch and go, remaining in the traffic pattern. Runway 10 Tipton. I suspect that you, at my instigation, I agree, you chose to glide a little bit too early that time. I misjudged that one. So we'll get a bit closer to the airport next time.
Okay.
Flaps up. There's 75, would you like to take control?
I have control.
Okay, you have control. I've got a little bit of back pressure and quite a lot of rudder.
Okay.
Okay. Coming up to the flat roofs.
Left turn.
Your speed's too high. You're going to go a long way away from the airport before you get up to 1,000 feet if you go this fast. It's a good recovery from that situation, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not turn left. We're about as far as we need to be from the runway now, so we don't want to turn left some more and increase the distance, the lateral distance. We're steering, what, 275 now? We should be steering 285.
Yeah. Tipton traffic 3 Foxtrot Mike is detailed runway 10 at Tipton.
182.
You said okay, but you didn't do anything about it. We should be steering 285. We should be picking in place about 10 degrees to the right of the nose and maybe that.
270.
Running weather.
517 is 4 miles north of the area.
What is down here in this field? Are these some white poles?
Yes, you're turning left while you're talking. This is all land where the Department of Agriculture does experiments. You're still turning left. You should be flying 285. You're increasing your distance from the airfield, so you're increasing your base leg. The Department of Agriculture does experimental agriculture stuff here. Now, because you've got an increased distance on the base leg, don't bring the power back to 1500, put it at about 16 or 1700, because you've got a longer distance and a longer time in which to lose the altitude you want to lose. So you want a smaller sink rate. Cool, right base.
Tipton traffic 3 Foxtrot Mike, right base, turn and final runway 10 Tipton.
Aim over that way till you're on the centre line, then turn, or just before the centre line, because you're still turning. You need to get on the extended centre line as early as possible. That's right. Now start the turn. 5, and you're on the extended centre line. So the airplane, at least in the left-right sense, is stabilised.
Seems to be on the line, on
Yeah,
speed.
it does indeed.
Okay, close from here.
Alright, so raise the nose at the same time. Raise the nose at the same time, you get 65, and you're drifting very slightly left of centre line. Hold 65, hold 65, start raising the nose now, raise the nose now, raise the nose now, raise the nose a bit more, 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 raise the nose a bit more. Felt you pushing forward there, I could see you stick going forward. I have control. You'd have done better to just leave the stick where it was rather than push it forward. It was a nice landing, but it could have been a beautiful one.
Yeah, I think it was a nice approach.
Yep, stabilised landings come out of stabilised approaches. Airplane's nicely trimmed.
Yeah.
Right, this 500 feet, if you would like to take it now, have you got a fair amount of right rudder in?
I have control.
Okay, you have control. You're about 78 now. You should be at 76. You want to get... Remember, the smaller your climb rate, the further you're going to be away from the airfield when you actually achieve a certain altitude. The further you are away from the airfield, the further you've got to glide back to the runway. Either you have a real engine failure or the miserable bastard in the right seat pretends you have one. And believe me, if you do it right, I won't give you an engine failure. If you do it wrong, I'll give you an engine failure. Because that's the best way of teaching you.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you're at 80 now, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were at 75, you could get 800 feet per minute.
8,000.
Yeah.
RPM back to 2,000. Left 10.
And turn.
And turn and
Push forward.
yeah.
Check nobody's coming down to 45.
Nobody on this 45. Yeah, I'm quite far there, Vaughn.
Yeah, so let's crab in. Let's go over that way.
Okay.
Get a bit closer. So pick a point over that way.
Okay. The crown company wants fuels with envelope, mixtures for bridge, the first points, traffic. Tipton traffic 3 Foxtrot Mike is midfield runway 10 at Tipton. Six on the right.
Okay.
I'm here back. Laps to 20.
Try to do all three of them at the same time rather than serially. Got a pitch for 75.
Yeah.
But you're not on the north heading, you're increasing your distance from the airfield because you didn't turn a square base.
Tipton traffic, 3 full shop Mike is right base, turn final, runway 10 at Tipton.
I think in our early lessons I taught you that when you're going to turn, you look under the wingtip and you pick a place to turn to.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good trick. It's much better than just guessing it. Nice stabilized line up again. Well done. Okay, so 70 now. Raise the nose. Reduce the power. You think you can glide?
Yes, I can clear.
Right,
Yeah.
so immediately, stick back immediately, don't wait, immediately, stick back to 65. Slightly left of the center line.
65.
Right. Fly level, don't push forward, back.
Yeah.
Okay, you could have come back a bit more. Alright, carpet in,
Copy it in,
throttle in,
throttle in,
flaps to 10,
flaps to 10.
hold it down with your left hand. When the flaps are at 10, then ease back.
50.
Hold the throttle all the way forward so it doesn't shiver out. Good. Some right rudder.
Let's make this next one a full stop.
Okay? Gosh, I'm not going to get to my number 37 this way.
We will be here till midnight. 500. 65.
That's better. Now you're at 700 feet by the time you've got to the building with the 3 roofs. More rudder in the turn. And maintain 76 knots.
Yeah. Don't see anyone under 45.
You're still good at 80. Raise the nose and more right rudder. That's it now.
Well,
That's really the secret should be carbine throttle flat. Carbine throttle flat.
copy, control, flat.
Push forward because the nose is up. The airplane will follow it.
My checks, field select all. Well, yep. Make sure full reach. Light. Down in 2000. And copy. Tipton traffic 3 Flushon Mike is midfield runway 10, full stop. Runway 10 Tipton.
Right, this time around I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you fly the airplane. So we'll see.
Okay.
I won't say anything unless I consider that our lives or the aeroplane's health is in dire straits.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just let you do it.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, turn in, right base, runway 10, Tipton. Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, turn in, final runway 10, Tipton.
You can't put the main wheels down by the midfield turn-off, then go around.
Okay.
Well done.
Tipton traffic, 3 Foxtrot Mike, clear runway 10, Tipton. Lefts up. Make sure lane. Up, head off. Have the light. Okay. Ready to take off.
You talked about the lights, but you didn't do anything. You need to turn off the taxi and the strobe lights.
Oh, the strobe. The
Taxi and strobe.
that's
Alright. And because the airfield lights are on, you need to turn on the nav lights. Nav lights, no, those are the interior lights. Nav lights,
that was. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is dark.
And if you look at the telltale on the wingtip, you can see a red glow on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and in this one you might be able to see a green glow.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, good. All right. Now, relax. Well, I'm going to taxi the airplane to the fuel pumps, and we'll talk about that. Now take the handbrake off, please. Okay. What do you think was good about it?
I want to see. The funnel was a bit high, but I pitched for 65, and yeah, I was high, and I was a bit too close when I turned final.
Okay.
I was good about it, maintaining the speed and being able to land.
Yep. You held 65 very well, and like I said, it came down like a lead balloon, didn't it?
Yeah, actually, like that was actually one of the things that I couldn't really understand, because like I'm used to looking at the runway and pointing the airplane to the runway.
Right.
So I kind of had to unlearn that from my flat sim
Okay.
and try to learn the right way.
Okay. Alright, what else did you do right?
The flare.
The flare was very
I
good.
think I did.
Okay, what did you do wrong?
What I did wrong is I was too high. I think I was too high.
Yes, that was the result of what you did wrong. What did you do wrong so that you became too high?
I turned base too early.
That's one of the things, yes.
That's one thing.
And
And actually, as I turned, I didn't pitch for 70 immediately.
turned when?
When I turned base,
You're supposed to be pitching for 75 when you turn base.
yeah, I was doing more like 65.
Actually, at one point you were doing 60. Yep, that's correct, quite true. But what happened then was that the airplane obediently slowed down and didn't lose an inch. It stayed. The VSI was level and the altimeter was level, and you were moving through the sky, and you were using up the early part of base without actually descending.
Descending.
Yeah. So those were the two primary causes. You turned base too early and you didn't initiate the descent at the start of base. Okay. Alright, good. I'm glad that you learned the things to improve, and I'm glad also that you were able to recognize the things that you did well. That went well.
Thank you.
You're still a little bit hesitant to ease the stick back and ease the stick back and ease the stick back and ease the stick back. We don't want to land the airplane on all three wheels. We want to land it on two. So we wanted to try to get it to fly as slowly over the runway as we can. It doesn't matter if it stalls when it's 3 inches above the runway, because when it stalls it will simply sit on the runway. In fact, the stall warning sounding in the latter part of the flare is a sign of a really good flare. As long as you're only 3 or 4 inches from the ground, not 3 or 4 feet from the ground. So be prepared to experiment some more with easing the stick back, easing the stick back, easing the stick back, easing the stick back. But whatever else you do, don't push it forward. Even if you've made a mistake, don't push it forward until you've decided I need to go around. Then you push it forward, but at the same time you push your right hand and your right foot.